Well, the small business in fact carries great importance to big business. Most of the products made by big business are sold to the consumer by small ones. Most dealerships that sell Fords, Toyotas, and Volvos are independently operated. Moreover, small businesses provide big ones with many of the services and raw materials. Microsoft, for instance, relies on hundreds of small firms for most of its routine code writing functions. Popular areas of small business enterprise. Not surprisingly, small businesses are more common in some industries than in others. The major small business industry groups are services, constructions, finance and insurance, wholesaling, transportation, and manufacturing. Each industry differs in its needs for employees, money, material, and machines. But as a general rule, the more resources required, the harder it is to start a business. The less likely an industry is dominated by small firms. Remember, too, that small is a relative term. The criteria, number of employees, and total annual sales differ from industry to industry and are often meaningful only when compared with the truly large businesses. Well, we can see the distribution of all US businesses employing fewer than 20 people across the industry groups. Services. Small business services range from marriage counseling to computer software, from management consulting to professional dog walking, partly because they require few resources. Service providers are fast-growing segments of small businesses. A retailer, for example, sells products made by the other firms directly to consumers. Usually people who start small retail businesses favor specialty of shops, say big men's clothing, Gomez coffee, that let them focus limited resources on narrow marketing segments. Construction. About 10% of the businesses with fewer than 20 employees are involved in construction. Because many construction jobs are small local projects, local firms are often ideal contractors. Finance and insurance. Financial and insurance firms also account for about 10% of all firms with fewer than 20 employees. Most of these businesses are affiliated or offer agents for large national firms. Wholesaling. Small business owners often do well in wholesaling. About 8% of the business with fewer than 20 employees are wholesalers. Wholesalers buy products from manufacturers or other producers and sell them to the retailers. They usually purchase goods in bulk and store them in quantities at locations convenient for retailers. For a given volume of business, therefore, they need fewer employees than manufacturers, retailers, or service providers. Transporting and manufacturing. Some small firms, about 5% of all companies with fewer than 20 employees, do well in transportation and related businesses. These include taxi and limousine companies, charter airplane services, and tour operators. More than any other industry, manufacturing lends itself to big businesses. But this does not mean that no small businesses do well in manufacturing. Rather, about 5% of the firms with fewer than 20 employees are involved in manufacturing. Indeed, small manufacturers sometimes outperform big ones in such innovation-driven industries as electronics, toys, and computer software. They always do the great miracle, and in fact they do add to the overall success of the national economy.